Hey everyone, and today we are in Brooklyn, New York, outside of the Borough Hall subway station where you can get the 2 and the 3 trains. You can also get the 4, 5, and R trains. But on today's walking tour, we're going to be exploring the most coveted neighborhood of Brooklyn, New York, being Brooklyn Heights. We're going to be walking from Borough Hall. We're going to be making a left on Court Street in Montague and exploring all of the beautiful brownstones, the gorgeous cobblestone streets of one of Brooklyn's most historic and coveted and sought-after neighborhoods. So let's go ahead and get started. It's about 82 degrees Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, and quite high humidity. We also have a pretty interesting farmers market going on right now. I would say Brooklyn Heights is pretty well located in terms of public transportation. You may have to walk over a little bit, right, to get to Borough Hall and the like. But the reason why a lot of individuals and a lot of folks choose to move to Brooklyn Heights is because of its great schools, beautiful properties, and its close proximity to the waterfront. It sits right on the East River, and you have some of the greatest views, really, of Lower Manhattan that you could get. Let's talk a little bit about the overall makeup of the neighborhood. Brooklyn Heights is a historic and affluent neighborhood located along the East River waterfront in Brooklyn, New York City. It's renowned for its picturesque streets, classic brownstone architecture, and close proximity to Manhattan. The approximate overall population, I pulled this from nyc.gov data. This is according to 2024 data. The approximate population is around 22,000 to 25,000 residents overall. It's predominantly white, 74% being white, followed by 9% Asian, 8% Hispanic, and 4 to 5% African American and other. Brooklyn Heights is also really heavy on young families. As we make this right here and venture further into the real neighborhood of Brooklyn Heights, you're going to notice a lot of kids outside. You'll probably notice a lot of parents pushing their kids in strollers or nannies. I do not believe school is in session because it is in summer, but perhaps there's some summer camps or some summer vacation activities going on. But the average household size in Brooklyn Heights is approximately 2 people, with 44% of households in Brooklyn Heights being young families. So, great place to raise kids. You have more of a neighborhood, laid-back street. And the parents can commute easily into Manhattan on the subway or even just drive in. For some context, I took the 4 train from Grand Central Terminal and I got off right here at Borough Hall, and it took me roughly 19 minutes. So very fast. Okay, we have the light. Let's go ahead and cross the street. Another thing you'll notice in Brooklyn Heights is that it's a very highly educated neighborhood and a very highly educated populace as well. According to the statistics, 47% of residents of Brooklyn Heights hold at least a master's degree or higher, and 39% hold at least a bachelor's degree. When we go into talking about the median income and the average income for the neighborhood, you'll kind of understand, kind of draw the correlation between the education and incomes. You have a lot of bankers living in the neighborhood, doctors, lawyers. You could say it's a very wealthy neighborhood. So much construction as you head towards downtown Brooklyn, though. That's going to be another video that I think you guys will enjoy. We're going to be doing a complete walk of downtown Brooklyn really talking about all the changes that have happened over the last really decade. If you start all the way from Atlantic Terminal Brooklyn, the Barclays Center, just all of the new development that has gone on, all the way up to Borough Hall. Luxury condominiums all over the place, luxury rental apartments. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you ask, it's really exploded rents in the neighborhood and made Brooklyn more desirable, but with desirability, you also have higher expenses and higher rents. We're coming up to the corner of Clinton Street. And you're going to start to see some of these gorgeous brownstone buildings here in a moment. This is 99 Clinton Street. Beautiful architecture on this church. And the transition happens pretty stark, doesn't it? Just a moment ago we were in a very, you could call it an urban environment, but now really looks like more of a neighborhood type feel. We'll kind of mosey our way through the streets here. Now we'll talk about average individual income, then we'll talk about median household income, and then we'll go into a little bit of the income distribution. So the average individual income in Brooklyn Heights is $139,000 to $148,000 a year, which are really high incomes, which we could definitely draw the correlation between the level of education and income. But the median household income sits between $179,000 and $183,000. Man, some of those homes are beautiful. I really love how you could be 29 minutes, maybe 20 minutes away from Grand Central Terminal, the heart of Midtown Manhattan, and you could call a place like this home with this wonderful architecture. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Manhattan's Upper West Side with these brownstones. Check out this place. Really, really nice. Now, if we're talking about income distribution in Brooklyn Heights, you have 57% of households earning over $150,000, with 23% earning between $75,000 and $149,000, and only 19% earn less than $75,000 a year. Coming up, you're going to see the really rich red brick facades on the corner of Henry Street. I think those are some of my favorite. The kind of the lighter and the richer red brick is my personal favorite.
And so that happened, and that really is definitely
I'll have to come back and film a walking tour here in the fall to see all the leaves changing colors. But take a look at how beautiful these homes look. They're just really, really stunning properties. So the row houses and the brownstones in this neighborhood, most of the buildings are 3 to 5 stories high, built mostly of brownstone or brick, dating back to the early 19th century through the late Victorian era. Styles range from Greek Revival to Victorian Gothic, as well as Neo-Gothic. And Classic Revival. Guys, look at how beautiful these properties are. And really quiet too. Look at this really nice bay window here. Even if you're just visiting New York City, one of the things you could do on a Saturday morning, take the train to Borough Hall, grab yourself a cup of coffee, and just walk the neighborhoods and take in the beauty of the architecture here. A little bit later on in the walking video, you're going to see some of the most iconic views overlooking the Manhattan skyline. You have this gorgeous park. Tons of benches, tons of public space. We're now approaching Hicks Street. A little bit of a bummer with all the scaffolding, but still. Guys, check out this beauty right here on the corner of Ramsden Street and Hicks. That is a stunning property. They're probably doing an entire facade restoration on this project. Look at how gorgeous these look. Ooh, that's really nice. Look at those stained glass windows here. I really like this property with all the planters in the windows. Wow, look at this. This is really unique. This is like a white brick. We'll now veer right on Montague Terrace. And mind you, all of these homes here have a direct view of the water. I suppose I'll quickly show you all that first. It's a little bit hazy out, but I think we'll still be able to see the spire of the World Trade Center. You could even see the South Ferry Terminal too. You know what? It's looking like the fog is clearing just a little bit. So we are going to be able to see Lady Liberty all the way in the distance. The fog is just clearing. But my God, what a view. So you have your house right here, and then you have a picturesque shot of all of Lower Manhattan. Like, could you imagine living here? The stunning views that you're gonna get as you're sitting out on your balcony. It is an unbelievable view. And look at that, the further you head up, you can see the Brooklyn Bridge and all of Midtown Manhattan. It's almost a little surreal, the view. Just the parks are great. Let's quickly go off the path here and get back on the street. We'll loop back to the view in a minute, but I want to check out more of these homes here just because the architecture is so unique. This will now loop us back around Montague Terrace. It's a really great place just to come and explore too. The neighborhood is so quiet. You can see why people would pay a premium to live in a place like this. You almost wouldn't even think you're in New York City. We're now merging onto Pierpont Place. And now we'll get back on the Brooklyn Heights Promenade. And those views are really impressive. Sweeping views of Lower Manhattan. You can see all of Tribeca. But let's zoom up on the Brooklyn Bridge. Look at that. The massive glass tower that you see right in front of us is One Manhattan Place. This place really is paradise for young families. Check out these properties. Beautiful windows, amazing views. Wow, look at how amazing these balconies are right here. Could you imagine? Those are probably some of the best views in the entire city you're gonna get. If we were to continue to walk all the way down, we'll reach the Dumbo neighborhood of Brooklyn. I just keep thinking about how great this community is. If you're a cyclist, if you're a big runner, I'd be running here every day. I mean, taking in all these views, Brooklyn Bridge views, Manhattan Bridge views. It's insane. Looking all the way down into Brooklyn Bridge Park and Dumbo. It's amazing. You can see somebody in their window right there. You could hear the Staten Island ferry taking off. This is now Columbia Heights. What do you guys think? Could you see yourself living here in Brooklyn Heights? I'm just kind of mesmerized by all the architecture, to be honest. It's just so clean and classic looking. Here we have Pineapple Street. That is a stunning property. Wow, look at this property. That is amazing. I want to show you the view again, just because it's so iconic. Incredible. Wow, look at how cool this is. You have an amazing shot of One Manhattan Square, the Manhattan Bridge, and all of these brownstones. It is so amazing. And again, I'll remind you, sweeping views of Lower Manhattan from here. Incredible. Wow, this one is from 1840. We're now on the corner of Willow Street. I think I may get a coffee up here. Oh, hold on guys, look at this. See, I love these doors. These doors are fabulous, look at that. But not a lot of people have the glass doors anymore due to the safety concerns. Oh man, it just looks so much better. A lot of these I'm reading built in 1833. Now, as we look back, you could see this construction site where they're probably going to build a massive residential townhouse. This is the corner of Cranberry Street and Hicks. This neighborhood almost doesn't even look real. It's how beautiful it is. What do you think? Would you rather have a condo in Manhattan with sweeping views of the city? Or would you rather have a huge single-family home in Brooklyn Heights with those crazy views of Lower Manhattan? As you can see across the street, tons of construction going on to remodel and refurbish a lot of these townhouses. Once you get to the main street, this is where you have all like the cafes, the shops, the bodegas, restaurants. Little markets, delis, bars. It's a really nice community. So you have the best of both worlds. You're one stop into Manhattan, right? The first stop from Brooklyn, I believe it's Bowling Green, and then you have Borough Hall. So you're one stop away from Lower Manhattan. You have all the privacy you could ask for. Living in a residential neighborhood. But you're also close to a lot of the action on the main streets here. This is now Pineapple Street again.
Oh, it's there. No, it's like getting off the highway. Yeah, it's the other. I'm Bradley, right? My brother has a house there, right?
Looks like they have the sidewalk closed off. Wow, look at this. This is a really nice shot overlooking Olympia Dumbo in Dumbo, Brooklyn. Clark Street, you're also going to have a lot of restaurants, shops, bodegas.
Can it be sour?
That's candy. That's candy. Sour ranger.
Quite nice shops too, little pharmacies. Alright, if you guys enjoyed that walking tour of Brooklyn Heights, one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in Brooklyn, subscribe, hit the like, and as always, we will see you in the next one. Take care.